I want you to picture this. Um, it's a meeting room, and Shreya walks in. Shreya is about to present, to her peers and seniors on a very pivotal issue the company is dealing with. Shreya goes, "Hi, I'm Shreya. I know you all are dealing with this crisis at the moment. I want to share my inputs. You could ask me questions now or later, whatever. Uh, so let's get started. Okay. Well, that nervous energy definitely needs to change. Let's see how Shreya could have done this differently. Essentially, how to be confident even when you're not. Let's learn at English Excellence with Chaya. So, how could have Shreya been different? Let's look at another side to this whole story. Hi, I'm Shreya. I know that we all gathered out here today are very well aware of the crisis the company is dealing with. We need to put our heads together, and I would love to lay down the facts on the table or the challenges on the table so that we all could brainstorm and come up with effective solutions. To give all of us a good head start into this discussion, let me complete all the challenges, listing out all the challenges first, and then we could deep dive and come up with effective solutions. I'm sure we will sail through this storm when we put up a united front. So let's get started. Did you notice a drastic shift in energy? It was a crisis, but yet Shreya, was unwavering or unflinching in her faith when she spoke to her audience. So, this is what any situation demands. Be it you're a teacher in a classroom or a presenter speaking to a large audience, you're a YouTuber or an influencer facing, your virtual audience, or that for that matter, you're at your office meeting room and you're speaking to, your co-workers, your seniors, or you're putting ahead a sales pitch to your customer. In all these scenarios, the common aspect is if you are speaking, you are in charge. So, how to be confident when we look at the second version of Shreya? How do you feel that level of confidence even when there are butterflies in the stomach or even when you're not confident? Clearly, in the scenario which I explained, Shreya was far from confident simply because it was a crisis the company is dealing with. Yet, she put forward her best foot. She even put up a brave front. So, how do we do this? Let's understand some great tips which I will be sharing shortly, and that's the key to feeling confident even when you're not. If we analyze Shreya in the first version and Shreya in her second version, the second version brings out certain elements very, very categorically, which is something we all need to imbibe in our personality, regardless of the forum we are speaking on. Whether, you're just interacting one-on-one with someone or you're dealing with a large group, your confidence levels will soar by repeatedly practicing these elements. So let's look at what is it, that is the holy grail to be followed to look, feel, probably project that level of confidence. Okay. First up was the volume at which she was speaking. Okay. So, very important that, normally when we are very convinced about something, we tend to speak at a higher volume. When we are not sure, we tend to mumble or, for that matter, eat certain words or don't close our sentences effectively. Words towards the end tend to trail off. Okay. If you really look at Shreya in her first version and Shreya in her second version, you will certainly notice these elements. Voice modulation is also very important. raise your pitch and bring it down. So the first element to it was the volume at which you're speaking. Raise your volume, show enthusiasm, energy, excitement, okay? All of this, regardless of the gravity of the situation, okay? Which means that you need to be in charge and in control, and volume definitely plays a very key element in showing confidence. Whenever you speak at a high pitch, you actually raise the interest levels and the enthusiasm levels of your listeners. You also sound someone who is actually involved in the process. I would heavily advocate that you first assess. If you're inherently loud, then just leverage on that and be yourself. But if you're not, you're someone who often, have heard this that, please speak up, or, could you be a little more clear? Or people have told you that you're not loud enough. Then you need to raise your volume levels. And that probably is the only solution to be heard clearly and effectively. My second tip, okay, on how to be confident even when you're not, is pace your piece. Now, what exactly do I mean by pace your piece? Typically, when we are speaking, okay, we tend to ramble on when we have a lot of things to say, or, there is plenty going on in our mind, or even for that matter, when we are not very prepared, okay, we tend to ramble on. We don't really allow our audience to absorb exactly what is it that the, audience is expected to do once we finish saying our piece. So in the example that I just gave, Shreya was someone who need not have said a lot of things about the crisis in her opening line. She just had to instill enough confidence in the people in that room that we are here to solve a problem, and I will list down all the challenges, and we will all brainstorm, and we'll surely sail through this. She said it in a very positive boss note. She paced her piece in the second version, which means she allowed her audience, okay, to absorb whatever she wanted to communicate. Here, piece is your message or your speech, and pacing it means saying it in the required speed so that people can absorb it clearly. It also involves the element or the importance of pauses. When we pause, we allow people to process the information or the thought before we actually move on to the next. So, second pro tip is pace your piece. Let's move on to the third one now. The third important tip which I would love to share is be clear on your message. Some of us need to prepare. We actually need to write down what is it that we want to say. While others are, innately blessed, we tend to speak on the spot, yet we say it, in a very crisp, concise, precise, and complete comprehensive message. So your clear message, okay, or rather to be clear on your message, you need to ensure that you use concise, language to express it. Make sure your message is comprehensive, okay, and make sure that you don't ramble on with a lot of elements. So when Shreya's second version, when the confident version is what we saw, she mentioned about the crisis leading on to listing out the challenges, which she was about to do. Then she went on to complete the message by saying that we will sail through it when we brainstorm and come up with solutions. So be clear on your message. If you need to prepare, then go ahead, do that, okay? If not, then develop a skill to understand how you could say it with limited choice of words, yet make sure that you put it all out there without missing any key elements. So be clear on your message. The fourth important aspect to be confident when you're not really confident is that your body language should reflect it. Body language, eye contact, voice modulation, facial expression, all of these elements actually, encompass majority of the impression that is formed, by people when they are listening to you. So your body language should not be something which kind of puts people off or distracts from the core message. Stand tall. Okay? Or if you're sitting, even if you're sitting, sit tall. Your hands should be used in a formal way, not to your sides or, not placed in a very casual manner. At the same time, don't overuse your hands so they distract from the core message. Establish eye contact. You don't have to fix your gaze somewhere. When you're talking to your audience, look around, but don't fix your gaze anywhere. That helps you also so that you don't get distracted by some, things which are not meant to add value to the discussion. So look at people, engage your audience, be confident in your body language. And that definitely is one of the most important elements to appear or project confidence. The last tip is probably the most important tip. Ultimately, what you feel inside is what you will reflect to the world. If you want to appear confident, you really need to engage in positive self-talk. One of the key messages you need to give yourself is, I'm in charge. So the last tip is, I am in charge, regardless of the audience you're speaking to. Okay? If you are a counselor at an academic center and a person has walked in to inquire for a course, you're in charge. As a counselor, you are doing all the talking, so realize that you're in charge. If you are a teacher in a classroom and there are learners listening to you, you're in charge. So feel that I'm in charge. If you are an employee, even though you're presenting to your seniors, in that very moment, you're in charge. So make sure you do this positive self-talk that I'm in charge before you get into that room and address your audience. So consistency is the key element here. You will feel like you're in charge when you consistently, engage in positive self-talk. It's not a one-off that we need to achieve. It's a way of life that we need to achieve. So make sure if you have loved these tips, which make you feel confident even when you're not, go ahead, apply each one of them, because I certainly believe that confidence is a distinguishing factor. It sets you apart from the crowd. It even sets the tone for the rest of the discussion. So be in charge, project positive body language, make sure that you pace your piece, ensure that you are clear in your message, and certainly make sure that you speak up. All of these elements will make you feel and project confidence.